Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically today we are going to say about the n unique function. Okay, this is a basically function which is in the pandas library. So today we are going to say about this function, that actually what it is and what is it actually used for, right? And we'll be making the data frame on our own. We will not be just like taking any data set from the internet or from anywhere, right? Okay. So let me just quickly write a text here so that I can just like write the heading that what is the function that we are going to discuss today. So that function is basically called as n unique function. Unique this one. Okay. So this is the function name n unique, right? Okay. Now, what actually this function does, right? Why actually we just use this function? What is the use of this function actually, right? So I would just put one text here, I would make it bold, and I would just add double hash here. Fine. Now here I would just start writing that actually what is the use of this function. So actually, I would just write. Okay, I would just. Just let me clear this correct spelling. Right. This function counts. This function counts the number of unique. Okay, this number, just let me quickly remove one I. Fine. So this function, basically this function counts the number of uh, entries entries um, over rows or columns. Okay, so the first thing is that basically this is a function that counts the number of unique entries over rows and columns. Okay, this is the very first use of this n unique function. Now, basically, there's one more use of it. So it is okay. I would just like go back once again, right? Here only I would just include. It is basically it is very useful. It is very useful for the categorical features. Categorical features. Okay, categorical one are the one FETURES. Right. So categorical features are the features that basically what they have. These features actually have. Just let me quickly now. I just don't like. Sometimes I just do not get this thing, that why actually this thing happens. Okay, fine. Right. So in units, this function counts the number of unique entries over rows or columns. It is very useful for the categorical features. So whenever your data, like whatever the data you are taking, that data basically consists of categorical values, in the sense that it consists of the columns which have some characters, which are some strings, which are some words, right? These are actually called the categorical features. Okay. So this function counts the number of unique entries over rows or columns. It is very useful for the categorical features. Okay, so this is the function that is very useful for the categorical features. Now, after this, like discussing about this function, what is my very first step that I would be doing here? So my very first step is that I would be firstly importing my libraries, whatever I will be needing for applying this function, right? So in that, I'm just going to make the data on my own. So in that case, firstly, I'll be using the pandas, okay? And then secondly, I'll be using the numpy. So just let me quickly import that. So import pandas as PD. So this actually means that I am importing my pandas library and giving it a short form as PD. Okay, now my next step is that import numpy as np. So in that case, basically I am importing my numpy library and I am giving it a short form as np. Right, this is done here. Now basically what I have here, I will be making one of the data frames for myself, right? So in that case, let's say I just took one of my column, and one of the name of my column is basically, let's say, okay, let me take it as values underscore one. Okay, values underscore one is the name of one of my columns which I am just taking. And basically what I'm going to store here, I'm just going to store some random values. Okay, so for that I'm just using that np. So np actually stands for the numpy, right? Np is the short form that we have given to the numpy library. Fine. So values underscore one is equal to np dot, and here I'll be using random first. Okay, np dot random dot rand int. So basically I want some random integers, right? So in that case only I am taking rand int, and in bracket, let's say I just wrote as 10. Let's say I just wrote 10. 10 is basically the 10 random values which I want, right? And I have one parameter here, and that is size. Now size is equal to 10. Fine, that I have just done here. Now I would just take another variable, that is, let's say, values underscore 2. Okay, is equal to np dot random dot randint. Okay, and in bracket also I would just take the same thing, that is 10 comma, and here I would be taking size, size is equal to 10, right? Now what I have here, I will be taking another variable, and let's say that variable is, let's say, years. Okay, now years is equal to np dot a range. Okay, and basically I'm just giving a range here, that at from what range I just want. So let's say I just wrote here I want to from 2005 till 2015. Fine, so let's say this is the range that I mentioned here, that I want the years in between this rate, that is from 2005 till 2015, right? Now next what I have another column, and that is groups. Now in this group basically I would be giving some a b c d, some these type of values. Okay, so here let's say I would just write, let's say, a, again I would put a comma, again I would, let's say, a, and then I would just write b, again I would just write b. Oh, okay, this is one, this is the capital one, right? And again, let's say I would just write here as C. One more time, I would just add comma, let's say D. And here I would again put a comma, and then again I would just write here as D. And let's say again I would just write A. Okay, where is that semicolons? Yeah, here A. And let's say here I just add one more time B. Right, let's say this is a, these are the group names which I have just entered in. Just let me quickly make it to single semicolon only. If you're just writing in double also, then there is also no problem. But I have written all of them in the single semicolon, so that is why I just made this one also as a single semicolon. Fine. Right. So here basically I have just written all the name of the groups. Right. Now what I have here actually, I would come down, right? And here I would just make a variable. Let's say my variable is df. Okay. Now df dot pd dot data frame, because I am just making my own data frame. So for that I would be using my pandas library. So for the pandas library, basically we have the short form as pd, right? Dot data frame, right? Data frame is the like function that is used to make the data on your own, right? So df is equal to pd dot data frame. I would just put the brackets here, and yeah, this one, and in the curly braces also. Now basically what here I would be doing is that I would be giving the name to my columns, right? The column names that I name what I just want here. So the first column name, let's say I would be giving as groups. Okay, so for groups basically what column name should I take? Let's say I would just take here as characters as my column name. Okay, so for that I would just need to put the that name in my semicolon. Okay, and then I will just put the colon, and in characters basically what value should be stored. So the value for the group should be stored in the characters. Fine, I would just put a comma here. Now what next I want year. So for this I would just keep it as same, so year year, and I would just put a colon, and here I would be giving at years. Okay, now one more comma here. Now come the turn of the values, right? Now for the first one which I just want, I would be just taking my column as number underscore one. Okay, and in that basically I would be storing the value for the values underscore one column. Okay, not the exclamation mark, it is the one. Okay, so values underscore one, right? Again I would just put one comma, and here I would be writing the number underscore 2. Okay, number underscore 2. Fine, I would just put the colon here, and here I would be adding values underscore 2. Fine, so here I just declared all the things for my column, and here basically it ran basically done. Now I would just print here as df and see my whole like data whatever I had just made here. Okay, so just have the look over data, that first I am having the characters column, then I am having year, number 1, number 2, right? So these are the columns that I am having. Right, now let's quickly see about the NUnique function. So for using that NUnique function, I need to use the name of my data like variable in which I have stored my data. Okay, so in my case that is basically df, right? Df dot. Now, year is one of the column that we are having, right? Year is one of the column that we are having. So df dot year dot, and now here I would just like use my column that is NUnique, right? and I would just put the bracket and now run it. So now basically it will give me that in my year column. Okay, the column which I am having in year, that column, basically how many unique values are there in this column, right? So just have a look on this year. So that basically I have just mentioned the range from 2005 till 2015, right? So basically it had displayed me 10 year here, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? So this is basically how you can just use your n unique function. Let me show you once more. So let's say now we will be using it for the characters. Okay, characters. Okay, CHARACTERS. Okay, characters dot n unique. UNIQUE. So according to us, basically according to us, it should give us 4, right? Yes. So basically it is giving us 4 because here we had taken only 4 unique characters, that is A, B, C and D. Okay, that is why it is basically giving me here. And now if I just do not want to specify any particular column, that basically for any particular column, how for this column only I want n unique values. If I, let's say if I just want the n unique values for all of the columns, so in that case basically I would just simply write in df dot n unique. Okay, df dot n unique, and I would simply be running it. So basically now here just have a look that it showed me all the unique characters whatever we are having, all the unique like how many unique characters or how many unique values you are having in these particular columns, right? So for characters it is having 4, for year it is having 10, for number it is having number underscore 1 and number underscore 2. For both of these it is having 6 the unique values, right? So I hope you just got the idea that actually how does this unique function works, right? So here just we had just let me quickly repeat the definition for n unique function. So this function counts the number of unique entries over rows or columns. It is very useful for the categorical features, right? Now here it is basically after that we just imported the libraries, make the data, and then we simply applied the n unique function. Right. So this is basically how you can just use this function. This is a very useful function as if let's say you are having a data, okay, and in that data basically you want to see that in this particular column how many unique values you are having, right? So in that case basically this is very useful that it will help you to actually see that how many unique entries or unique values or unique characters actually you are having in your data in this particular column. Or if you just want to check for the whole also, so for whole also do not mention any particular column name, simply write df dot n unique, so it will just let you know about the all, right? So this is a very useful function in the pandas library, especially when you are just doing some data analysis on a data and big data which is, let's say, some real world data or some data. In that case basically this is a function that is very useful, right? So I hope I just made this thing very clear to you that how to use this n unique function in the data whatever you are having, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.